Hi, this is John, and this is week 114 of Dreams Devlog for
Brave Eduardo.
So, happy Lunar New Year's, and I hope everybody have a great year. This is 2021, so I'm hoping things get better if you guys catch my drift. So anyways, this week, no new war. I didn't actually get to do it because I went through all the footages of the trailer and there were just way too many explosions, and there were maybe 3 scenes such as the soldiers walking and the birds falling, skyship. That's pretty much about it, so I decided I'm not going to do it. This week I did, however, focus a lot on the demo. The first one is I went through our old city. So you can actually get to the old city by taking the train after a certain side quest. Not side quest. After a certain part of the main quest, you'll be able to take the train to Old City. And originally the Old City had a lot of old spawns, and now we use Dhruv's new enemy spawns, so the Old City will always be somewhere you can fight and gather stuff. I've also added a boss, so there was one spiff hidden in one of the houses. There are many houses in the Old City that are all dilapidated, and this boss actually has a animation, so when you meet it, there'll be an animation played and you will be prompted to fight the boss. I want to try to make it a little bit more cinematic, but I didn't put too much effort in making this one very small boss. He does have a special drop, so that's kind of nice. Next thing is side quest. So in Brave Eduardo, the big part of the game is about race relations between the Spids and the bears. We have talked about Spids being discriminated or bears being discriminated, but we never actually shown it. So I actually made a side quest talking about it, and it took me a whole day to make it, which means that if we really wanted, we can put a lot of side quests. And from people's response from last few weeks, people liked side quests, right? There's a side quest about discrimination, but it's just a small sub thing, and we're probably gonna have a lot more of these in the future. On Friday of this week, I actually played a little bit of Oblivion. Yes, I re-downloaded it, and oh my god, I didn't actually get to play the game too much. I literally just walked around trying to see what makes it feel so RPG-like. And the biggest thing that hit me was how big the interior feels. So sure, the outside world is gigantic, but you don't actually know, like when the land is so open, you don't really know exactly where to go and what to do. But when you go into a city and you go into, let's say, Anvil, and then you go into one of their houses and you just see like there's so many corridors, and you can actually get lost in, let's say, the castle or something. You're always looking for something. Maybe there's like hidden roads somewhere in these hallways or something. So I actually spent a lot of time trying to increase the interior size of a lot of these houses in our wharf city. And I started with our church scene because Dhruv already hinted at something about this priest. So while I was working on the side quest for Alice, which is the side quest for the discrimination, I decided I might as well just make this whole church into a big site. I don't know how many of you guys played Oblivion, but in Oblivion, when you go into a church, there's always this lower place where you can go into, and then there's like more rooms and all that stuff. So I decided to try to capture that feeling and probably make it, expand it even more. So this is the big thing. I'm probably going to be working on this next week. I'm going to increase the demo size by increasing the interior. So I'm not adding new maps or anything, but making it more exploratory, and you will find new things, such as here's a small clip of it showing you that there will probably be things you can find. And Annie has been writing a lot of lores, including for the Susra comet, which is a big part of the side quest in Brave Eduardo, and she has voiced her suggestion to write lores about every other thing as well. So she's gonna start working on that, and it's gonna be very exciting to see whatever happens there. Now the last thing is Matt has shown us the title theme that he's been working on. He's shown us the first 40 seconds, which is the slower part, and it is amazing. I don't think he wants me to show a little bit, but I'm gonna show like maybe 5 seconds of it. Yeah, so it is incredibly inspiring, and I don't know what to say except I'm super inspired and super motivated right now. But yeah, that's generally what we have done for this week, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here